Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. See you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love. We sing holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. See you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. See you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. To see you high and lifted sing holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you.
Good evening. I'm Reverend Dr. Susie Shadle. I welcome you to Unity of Sarasota, where something wonderful is happening right now, this very minute, right here where we are and right where you are, because we're interconnected by the light of love. And so, and soon we will be connected in lots of other ways. Just want to let you know that we are opening to in-person services in the sanctuary on Sunday, June 6th, 10:30 a.m. Be here, be here. It's going to be a great celebration and wonderful to see one another with our physical eyes and to see with our spiritual eyes right into the very soul of one another. How wonderful will that be? So, looking so forward to that. Looking so very forward to that. What other announcements do I, you know what, that suffices. That really suffices. That's such a great announcement, and I love being able to share it with you. So stay tuned. I will say, stay tuned to the website, unityofsarasota.org, and the newsletter, the Unity Spirit Express, to get all the latest and greatest up-to-date information, because I will confess to you, we are still in the deciding phase as to exactly how we're rolling everything out. So as you probably are aware, things are changing momentarily. Every time you turn around, there's a new information. So we're trying to keep up with all of that. And so you keep up too, so that we can all come together and do it safely and joyously. So looking forward to seeing you, looking very forward to seeing you. In the meantime, welcome to our Wednesday evening music and inspiration service. This is a wonderful time together. It's a midweek oasis in the middle of everything else that's going on. And wow, what a great space to just be able to be, And so we're glad that you've chosen to be with us, to join your energy with us this evening. So to get us started, let's move into prayer and get good and centered and fully present so that we can really enjoy this time together. So I'd invite you to close your eyes. If that's not comfortable for you, create kind of a soft, fuzzy focus and just allow yourself to relax. Feel your shoulders release and just turn into jello. Just allow yourself to be jello. And wherever you may be sitting, imagine that seat, that chair, that space on the floor, wherever it is, imagine it to be the heart of God holding you with love. And just imagine that, just relaxing into the heart of God. And then for us to get centered and make that full connection, to remind ourselves of that oneness with the one, I invite you to breathe in deeply. Let that breath move into your heart and fill it, and then release the breath fully. And again, breathe in deeply to the center of your being and imagine it is the gentle heart of God massaging your heart. And then release that breath fully. And again, breathing in deeply to the center of your being, remembering who you truly are, that you are an expression of the one, and releasing that breath. Know that each time that you breathe in the inspiration, the breath of Spirit itself, and each time you breathe out, you breathe out the individual expression of the one Spirit that you are. You breathe out that which you have been called here to be. And that in that circulation of breath, we find ourselves in the circulation of the good of God. And the breath is that beautiful and gentle reminder that God is as close as our next breath and is indeed our next breath. And so as we center ourselves in the truth of our being, that we are each spirit expressing uniquely, diversely, and yet we remain one in the unity of God's creation and life. And for this remembrance of the truth and our willingness to live in, through, and as this truth, individually and collectively, I am grateful. And so it is. And together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen.
We are connected by the heart. Where do you end? Where do I start? Anything you pray for, fear is in your way. I'm here to listen. Anything you need to say, your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, I feel too. You're a part of me, I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. My prayer too. I hear the worries that are in your way. Nothing I can do to take your pain away, but I'll help you reconnect with that voice that's deep inside. Let angels wrap you in their love. Let Spirit be your guide. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, I feel too. You're a part of me, I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. 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 Your prayer is my
Our daily word today is perspective. Perspective. And the affirmation, in changing my perspective, I find my good. In changing my perspective, I find my good. How will I greet this day? By the simple act of asking this question, I remind myself that I have a choice. My power of perspective gives me the ability to focus on possibility and hopefulness. Feeling bogged down or overwhelmed is a sure signal I could benefit from changing my perspective. I return to my spiritual center, placing God first in all areas of my life. From this elevated perspective, I feel calm and centered. My perspective directs my attention and informs my thoughts. My shift in perspective begins inwardly as I fill my consciousness with positive thoughts. Before long, my outer world will reflect those thoughts. My shift in perspective has led me to discover a world made anew. And again, the affirmation, in changing my perspective, I find my good.
Close to the water, that's where I am. River is my teacher. Close to the water well, that's my plan. River is my teacher. Clean or dirty, that's the way it goes. Not about the water, it's all about the flow. I know, 'cause I'm the riverman. I'm the riverman. Close to the water, I'm on holy ground. River is my teacher. Love to hear it sing, and I love that sound. River is my teacher. She takes the path of least resistance. I know about the distance, it's all about the flow, and I'm the riverman. Well, I could have been a carpenter, carving Buddhas out of trees. Yes, I could have been a fisherman, sailing out on the sea. I became a ferryman in ones and twos and threes. Carry me over to the other side. Carry you over to the other side. Carry us over to the other side. Carry you over to the other side. Carry across the river, deep and wide. You can take my hand, 'cause I'm the riverman. close to the water, that's why in my days, river is my teacher. You know, words of wisdom come in most melodious ways. River is my teacher. She's still a-rolling, rolling down in my soul. It's all about the rhythm of life, how we roll. Yes, I'm the riverman. I'm the riverman. Carry you over to the other side. Carry you over to the other side. Carry you over to the other side. River is my teacher.
We are lucky, very fortunate to have the two of you playing for us. Wow. Love it. Love it. Open the eyes of my heart. Such a phrase. It's a prayer, really. Open the eyes of my heart. So today's daily word is affirmation is, in changing my perspective, I find my good. Well, I suggest, in changing my perspective, I see the world anew. I'd also suggest, in changing my perspective, I am more honest with the view I have of myself. I would also suggest the view I have of the world has been challenged. The view that I've had is most of my life has been challenged by these times. And I can tell you the perspective I get isn't warm and fuzzy. It's one of challenge. It's the one of needing to search my soul, to search my perspective. How do I see the world through my eyes? And the question is that perspective real? Does it take in all the different perspectives? When I looked up the word perspective for this Wednesday service, there was a group of things that came to me, and I've got a series of quotes, and we'll use some of those. But I have on my daily word, and mine gets marked up a lot, the word choice. That's the key word in my perspective. I have a choice. My perspective can change because I have a choice to make. The first quote I have for you is this, by Joni Jada. Perspective is everything when you are experiencing the challenges of life. And the second one is by Gabrielle Bernstein. If you wonder what I mean by miracle, it's simple. A miracle is a shift in perspective from fear to love. Wow. I don't know about you, but that speaks to me. I talk to you each Wednesday that I speak here about living from my divine nature. And just what does that mean? And how do I practically do that? That describes it. A shift in perspective from fear to love. That is my moment of choice. From fear to love, every person in this community is wrestling with this question. How do I move from a place of fear to love with those with whom I do not really understand and with whom I hide my love from? We are also asking, what has my role been, either implicitly or explicitly, in the current malaise we find our country in? Political polarization, racial awakening, and many other biases and problems that we have withheld, as I've withheld my love from my spiritual center. Brothers and sisters from every walk of life deserve that I at least take a peek at the world from their perspective. Adam Grant says, from a motivation perspective, helping others enriches the meaning and purpose of our own lives, showing us that our contributions matter and energizing us to work harder, longer, and smarter. Brian McKnight said, I quote, "I just want people to take a step back, take a deep breath, and actually look at something with a different perspective." I don't know about you, but I was pretty much raised that this is the way things are. This is the way things you will do them, and there really isn't much in between. Anybody else who believes differently is wrong, and our way is the right way. Well, I have come to the conclusion that my parents were well-meaning and my family was well-meaning, but I disagree and have for a long time. Take a deep breath, and I might add to that quote, and don't take yourself so freaking seriously, and look at the other perspective. In recent months, and in this past year, I've challenged myself, and I want to challenge you. Seek to walk in another's shoes. What's the old saying? Walk in the Indians' moccasins? I don't know if that's appropriate anymore. I have begun taking classes related to race relation, and currently I'm taking an 8-week course given by Unity Center in San Diego, California, led by Wendy Craig Purcell. The course is titled Unpacking Race and Racism, and it uses the book by Emmanuel Acho, Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man. You see, for me to speak of the love of Spirit for all people, I must learn to view the world from a different perspective. So not only does my heart reach out, but my mind joins in that dance of living life from the place of Spirit that Spirit would have us live. Henry David Thoreau, a favorite author of mine. It is not what you look at that matters. It's what you see. Wayne Dyer had this quote: "If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." Susie's over here nodding. She must have heard that quote before. The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new lands, but seeing with new eyes. Proust. Are you ready for a new perspective? Are you ready to see the world differently? I am. And I believe you are too. I see you, as in Phil's song, high and lifted up in all your glory of the wonderful human that you are, a spiritual being walking this earth. We have a lot of work to do as we continue on this journey. It's not simple. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be challenging. But I say to you, anything worth having and worth accomplishing is going to have its challenges. So I want you to spend some time with these quotes as I take us through some time of meditation. The important thing here is to quietly listen to your heart. And then hear with your mind, what is it for me to do? Do I just stay the course, which may be just perfectly fine? Or am I going to seek another way to express my love for humanity and for the Spirit of God within all of humanity by looking from a different perspective and maybe doing something else? Take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. That life-giving. And just breathe. settle in where you are. Persons appear to us according to the light we throw upon them from our own minds. What is the light you are shining? What is the light you are shining in the silence? Your reality is as you perceive it to be. So it is true that by altering your perception, we can alter our reality. Does your perspective bring you joy? Is your perspective inclusive? in the silence. As we examine our perspective of the world that we see, I give you this quote from Dr. Martin Luther King. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. If you need to change your perspective, to see the world in another light, just take the first step. What is that first step for you in the silence? And finally, by Les Brown. Accept responsibility for your life. Know that it is you who will get you where you want to go. No one else. Where do you want to go? In the silence. In just a few moments, as we begin to bring ourselves out, Phil will be singing a song called Lead Me into the Light. The light of God does surround us and does indwell us. Remember that light does dwell within every person you meet. They may or may not have awoken to it, but it is for us to see it. Namaste.
Lead me to the light. Lead me to the light. Help me to make it through. Lead me into the light. Make my eyes to see all that I can be. Help me to see it through. Lead me into the light. turn my night to day. Take my breath away. Help me to be renewed. Lead me into the light.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, David. So this is our opportunity, no matter what is going on in our lives, to shift our perspective and to know that we live in a universe that is governed by a generous and giving God. And to know that we are divinely guided through all of the moments of our lives if we allow it. And a shift in perspective can enable us to allow that divine guidance to come through us and to lead the way, to lead us into the light. This is also the opportunity for us to know that we do live in an abundant universe, an abundance of good, and that we have been gifted by God with talents and abilities, with a call of purpose and passion, and that we are here to be the living expression of all of that, and to reap the joy from living life fully in that divine flow. And so part of that divine flow is also that which we give back. That which we give back of our time spent in communion with Spirit, that which we give back of our talent, and that which we give back of our treasure. And we keep the flow going on all of those respects. You know that if you don't use a muscle after a while, it just sort of fades away, it atrophies, and it's no longer useful. So everything that we have been given, we're called to move it. Oh, reminds me of a movie. Madagascar. We got to move it. We got to move it. You remember that? We'll have to do that sometime. We're called to move the energy, not keep it stagnant. Anything that stands still stagnates. And so we're called to move that energy, move that which has come to us, move it through us and back out again. And so we do that too with our treasure. And this is our opportunity to do that. So I would invite you to take whatever gift you feel called to give, to share. It could be a blessing, it could be a prayer, it could be a check, it could be a credit card number. However you choose to give, whatever that is, hold it to your heart and infuse it with the power of all of the qualities of Spirit that most resonate with your soul. And that energy will travel with it and pick up speed and momentum and carry it further than you can even imagine in this moment. And for this remembrance of the truth, I am eternally grateful. And so it is. And together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen.
I release, I let go, let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. I let go and I let God. I release, I let go, let the Spirit run my life, My heart is open wide. I let go, I let God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. In my heart, it's open wide. I let go and I let God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Phil Lieber. So let's just take this moment to put closure on our time together this evening and know that as we go forward, we are at choice to choose our perspective. And so this week, find yourself in situations, be fully present, find yourself in situations and see if a shift in perspective might make things move in a direction that is more in keeping with where you're being called. A shift in perspective, especially if something is going on that's bringing you down, see if you can look at it from another vantage point. And in fact, here's a little trick. If you're having trouble doing that, literally walk to the other side of the room and look back to where you were. It will shift your perspective. Or stand on a chair. And that physical shift will help you to make an inner shift as well. So, namaste. Blessings on your journey.
Namaste. I release, I let go, I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. I let go and I let God, I let go and I let God, I let go.